gonna be honest, I don't know what this is either, but I do know that I wanted to make some spooky crafts. So, let's do that. I did not wear a costume for this video, but I figured this chip nail polish was scary enough. I really want to make one of these weird little guys. I have no idea what they're actually called. I just call them pumpkin clowns, and that's probably wrong, but I really want to make one. So, I ordered some of these fuzzy socks on Amazon because I figured I could use them for multiple projects, but mainly I ordered this set because it came with a pair of orange ones, supposedly. At best, this is like a pastel sherbet. That is not sherbet. You want some sherbet ice cream? For some reason, that just reminded me of this weird show I watched when I was a kid. His name was Gerbert. Anybody else watch Gerbert? It's so creepy. Ugh. Anyway, so the plan that I have currently is to stuff the toe of the sock and then use the thread to kind of create the pumpkin ridges and then attach a face onto the pumpkin shape. So I've got all these pre-made eyeballs, and honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards these because they just seem, I don't know, spooky. Yeah, I think that works. I'm just gonna pop real quickly into this box of these. I thought about using an orange pom-pom ball for his nose, but it just kind of looks not good. So maybe black would look better. And then I'm just gonna carefully as I possibly can cut out a mouth shape and figure out how many teeth he needs. Let's just start with one and see what happens. Yeah, he definitely needs two. He looks weird. Yeah, that works. So now I'm just going to quickly do the ridges on the pumpkin by just stitching through the entire thing. That looks like a butt. It looks bad now, but like, just give me a minute, I hope. Yeah, that looks more like a pumpkin. Okay, so I think we'll use this part of the pumpkin as the front. And then the top of his head is pretty flat, so that makes it really easy to glue a hat to it. And then I'm just gonna quickly glue the face on so that it doesn't fall off. I really like this obnoxious bow tie, so I want to use that, obviously. And then I really want to use this pom-pom ball on the top of his hat just because I like that it's multicolored. I don't know. I'm thinking this color of felt for his hat just to kind of, I don't know, hammer it home that he's a pumpkin. And then I'm just going to quickly cut that out and hot glue it together. Kind of looks like broccoli. Oh well. Hopefully these little multicolored beads will detract from the broccoli motif. I don't know. Then I'm just gonna quickly attach his hat to his head with the hot glue. I feel like he's coming together. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for the body portion of the pumpkin clown, but I'm thinking purple. So basically what I've decided to do for the torso part is just cut the ankle off of the sock, sew one end, stuff it, and then sew the other end. And then just kind of shape the torso with the stuffing and just kind of see what we get. I don't know. I feel like that looks like a torso. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and attach the torso to the top of his head. Now he needs arms, so I'm just gonna use what's left of the sock that I used for his head. Attach those to his body also. And then I'm just gonna quickly stitch the bow tie on as well. And I feel like he definitely needs legs. So I'm just gonna use some leftover bits from the sock that I used for his torso and just make him some legs and attach those the same way. And then he kind of needs some decoration on the front, so I'm just gonna sew one of the little green hearts on because I think it matches pretty well. And now our little pumpkin clown is done. I might have gone a little bit overboard making things the past couple weeks, so I'm just gonna drop all of these on my Etsy as soon as this video is live. So despite looking like the most confusing jigsaw puzzle ever, what this actually is the remnants of my favorite color of antron fleece that I have hoarded for multiple years because I love it and I'm not sure what to use it for. But I'm trying to figure out something that I can make out of this so that it's not just hanging around my craft room unused because that's sad. And I know some of you are asking, why don't you just buy more? I would if I could. This particular shade of Burn Your Eyes Fluorescent Green was thoughtfully provided by one of my previous jobs where I used to make mascot characters, and I'm pretty sure this was from like a cowboy alien or something. But if you didn't know, antron fleece is very difficult to come by because it has to be hand dyed. Originally, antron fleece is white, and even still, it's difficult to find even just white antron fleece to buy. And there's very few companies that I've seen that sell dyed antron fleece, but also it's just a big hassle for someone to have to color match a color that you like. So I just haven't gotten around to it. But anyway, so I already know which eyes I want to use for the project, and it's these. But I'm trying to figure out some way to use up as much of this fabric as I possibly can without having to bring in another fabric. But if I need it, I do also have a couple of pieces of other shades of green antron fleece. I just want to predominantly use the Burn Your Eyes fluorescent green. I also have some of these little hearts that are green, so if I end up doing a monochromatic idea, these will work really well for that. And then if that is what I end up doing, I also have these little pom-pom balls. And then I was thinking probably this color for his mouth. I'm thinking maybe a small mouth shape. But now that I'm looking at this, it kind of is starting to look a little sea monster-y. And then for the body shape, I'm thinking a little bit bigger on the top and then just kind of taper down. Sometimes I like to use patterns for stuff like this, and sometimes I just like to go rogue and just cut it based on how I'm feeling at the time. So that's kind of where we're going. And then his little ear fins will come out over on the sides here, and then he's gonna have like some little noodly legs. I don't know why, but the shape of this monster kind of reminds me of, what is his name? I kind of like the idea of layering these little hearts on his face so that it kind of looks like fins or gills. And then I'm only going to attach them at the end of the heart so that they have a little bit more movement, so they're a little more sea monster-y. So the plan for the other colors of antron fleece is that I want to do a layered look with the sea monster. Basically, I'm just going to cut sort of a frill design on the bottom of the bright colored fleece, and then I'm going to layer the darker color underneath it and then top stitch over that so that it still kind of moves a little bit and it's not 100% stitched down, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know, maybe you'll be able to tell better when it's attached. So now pretty much all I have to do is stitch the face on and the little fins. And then I'm just gonna use some black thread to make the middle of his mouth. And yeah. So now I need to figure out a pattern for the ears. I'm just scribbling, I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm just gonna cut out basically that shape. I thought I liked having only 2 layers of fabric for his torso, but honestly, I feel like he could be a little bit taller, so I'm just gonna layer another piece of the bright antron fleece underneath the darker color and then just make it 3 layers. And then I'm just gonna stitch that on the same way. I'm just going to stitch the sides and top stitch the front, and then he needs some little legs. Now I did still end up having a little bit of the antron fleece left over, but I'm sure at some point I can figure out some way to use it as an accent color on something else. I'm just glad that I used most of it and it's something that I can keep. But now he needs the back and the front sewn together, so I'm just gonna, yep, transitions. And then I'm just gonna stuff his little head with some polyfill. And then I'm just gonna top stitch his head so his stuffing doesn't fall out. And we're done. Now he gets to go live next to the other one that I got to attach to on the shelf. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of love both of these, but I feel like it makes these videos slightly less fun somehow if I keep all of the projects, so you can have him. But he lives with me. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, honestly, because a lot of the stuff that I had bought for my craft room is actually here finally, so I've kind of filmed a little bit of that. I didn't put the footage in this video because I felt like this video had a cohesive theme, and I think as much footage as I have shot of me fixing this room, it's probably gonna have to be its own video. And I can't 100% say when that's gonna happen because I've actually filmed another video, which is the Siamese video. Not a Siamese video. Ooh. Who would watch that? Siamese. He's swimming. Anyway, that's the end of this video. But I will see you guys in the next one. And until then, thank you for watching.
Thank you for subscribing. And we will see you. He never says it when I ask him to. That's the best you're gonna get, I'm sorry.